Should I really dare? Am I really up to it?
Whoa.
Yes!
I guess you don't have much of a choice. Did I make it? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Hello, and welcome to Sir Jaxxy Gaming. I'm Sir Jaxxy, and today we are starting a brand new series called the PreLO Show. And what is the PreLO Show, you might be asking? Well, I know you all know about the 3LO Show, where we take a first look at a game, play 20 minutes to an hour of it, and I let you know if I think it's worth the money. Well, I've been being approached by a lot of different, people and what have you, developers, PR people, stuff like that. And, they want me to take a look at these games that are in early access or alpha or betas or things like that. I've had a few viewers ask me to do some of these as well. And, well, I'm not comfortable doing a 3LO because these games are still in development. I can't give you a review on a game that isn't finished. I can't tell you if I think a game that isn't finished is worth the money because it's not finished. So, that's what the PreLO Show is. Get it? Pre? Okay. Anyway, the point of this is I'm going to be doing early access titles, alphas, betas, things like that. And the very first episode we're starting out with here is with the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Now, this just went into early access on Steam on September 4th of this year, 2014, and it is supposed to, according to the developers, be in early access from September 4th until sometime around the end of January 2015. The game is put out by Nordic Games, they're the publisher, and it's developed by King Art. Now, King Art has done some other fantastic point-and-click games like this one. They did, obviously, the Book of Unwritten Tales. They did a companion to that one called the Book of Unwritten Tales, The Critter Chronicles. And most recently, they did The Raven, Legacy of a Master Thief. Let's talk a little bit about my feelings on these early access titles. I do recognize that these games are still in development. So, of course, I'm not going to be totally critical about them. However, people are still paying money for these games. In fact, this one is $29.99, I believe. So, in that respect, I am going to take and let you know if I think something might be broken and need, give you a heads up on that type of stuff. Lastly, let me say that this one was a review copy that was provided to me by Evolve PR. Great PR company. They provide me a lot, I don't want to say a lot, but I've got a good number of review copies from them, and I do greatly appreciate it. Being a smaller channel, it's really hard for me to get my hands on games. I can't necessarily afford to buy a whole lot, so review copies really do help me out. However, they do not bias me. So let's look at the game. Let's take a look at the settings first off. We have graphics. Now this, like I said, is a point and click. So there's not a lot to be expected necessarily from the graphics. We've got low, medium, high, and we'll leave it on high. We do have our screen resolution. There's a number of them to choose from. And we're playing on 1920 by 1080. You could choose from full screen active or inactive, so I'm assuming that means full screen or windowed mode. controls, you've got classic, and I'm assuming this would be where if I had a controller plugged in, it would show controller. Okay, speech volume we're going to put all the way up to 100. I would personally prefer sliders rather than the numbers here, but sound volume, we're going to leave at 80. Music, we're going to turn down to 20. Going to leave it in English. You got a number, you got two different languages. You can either have it in Dutch or English. Same with subtitles. You could even turn subtitles off, but we'll leave those on. I find that they help for the YouTube video in case, people have trouble understanding something. So we'll apply that. Oh, that's music got quiet. That's nice. Okay, and we're gonna start a new game.
War had raged through all Avantasia. The alliance of humans, elves, and dwarves fought against the evil army of the shadows. The war had devastated the country for years upon years, and yet no one gained the advantage. And so it was that in that time of deepest despair, that an old archaeologist uncovered the location of the artifact of divine fate. The artifact could fulfill every wish, and thus decide the war, for one side or the other. Led by Warlock Munkus, son of Archwitch Mortroga, the Shadows hunted for the artifact. And they would have reached it first, were it not for a group of heroes who stood against them. Wilbur, the young gnome who was the first of his clan to become a mage. Ivo, the courageous elven princess from the Woodland Realm. And the Critter, a hairy creature from the Northlands, companion of the most brilliant of the heroes. Nate Bonnet, who was supposed to spend the rest of his life at the side of an elven princess, who deserved a kingdom and all the riches in the world, who should stop wasting time talking about himself in the third person.
Whoa! What the heck? Okay. What we gotta do? There's a rock. Let's get to the rock. Yay, swimming.
Good, good. This is good.
Okay.
Although the ground is still getting closer.
Climb up the rock face. Whoa, the rock face is turning. Hey, come on, stay. Where's the rock going? Okay. Look at jetty.
Part of the jetty. At least some of it survived the explosion.
Okay, let's go up towards the rope.
If I'm lucky, this will go all the way up to the island.
Island?
But somehow
There's
I really
an island
in
the sky? Interesting. Oh, crap. Looks like I'm at the end of my rope. Whoa. Ow!
Oh.
Damn, that had to hurt. Okay, what are we looking for? Ah! Go grab the genie lamp.
Oh, hi, Nate. How's it going?
Good. For now. Could it be that your spell didn't quite work out the way you planned?
I did tell you there were certain risks involved.
I risk?
Risks? What risks?
Now, Djinn magic is a complicated affair. It's difficult to get the dose right, and when one hasn't done magic for a while, things can go a little bit wrong.
A little
like
wrong?
You killing me, for example?
Not intentionally.
Well, that is one funny-looking genie. Oh well, no big deal.
No big thing. So, now that we have a little time to kill, why don't you tell me a little something about yourself?
Oh, right. Well, yes, I came into this world in an oasis in the Umzu Desert, and at that time, I was...
Are Are you out of your ever-loving mind? Definitely not the time to reminisce.
Then why did you ask?
I could use some help here, Benny.
Well, you did see what happened last time I cast a spell.
Time to make up for it then. Now shake a leg.
Oh, I don't know. I might just end up making everything worse.
Oh, worse.
Excuse me, I'm sorry for the disturbance. Don't know what came over me. I'll be fine on my own.
Oh, really?
No, Benny, not really. Not even close.
Ah, humor. Funny.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm accompanying tons of boulders in a plummet to certain painful death. My death. So just how do you think you could make things any worse?
Worse? I could set the air on fire, or it could start smelling. Very bad.
Can't you just stop time? Or wings! Give me wings! How about that?
Oh, this is all terribly complicated. I really don't feel up to it today, Nate.
Benny!
Maybe tomorrow.
Perhaps tomorrow?
Oh, jeez.
I really do need to think through what's happened today properly.
You get me out of the mess you got us into right now!
Please don't yell at me. I just can't take it anymore.
Benny!
Ah.
Ah! The state he's in, we can forget about miracles. I gotta find something easy, something even he thinks he can do.
Ooh, magic carpet. Take the carpet. Okay, I'll take the carpet.
A flying carpet. Is that too much to ask?
I'm not talking to you.
Why you... I'm sorry I criticized your work, Benny.
And?
And
And
I shook your lamp. And everything else. You meant well.
Well, all right then. I forgive you. What can I do for you?
Carpet!
A flying carpet.
it's nice the attention to detail where he's standing on the carpet.
Should I really dare? Am I really up to it?
Whoa,
Yes!
I guess you don't have much of a choice. Did I make it? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Flying on the magic carpet. Cool. Guess Benny got to work. Good, now what?
What the heck? What happened here? No!
Ow. Oh, come on. What is that? That must be the critter. It's pink. The critter's pink.
I'm worried about you.
Oh, Mother.
What's wrong with you?
Gorgeous.
Everything's fine.
Hello, fall. Fortunately, here in Las Vegas, we don't get fall.
No, you don't look well at all. Positively rotund. It is unseemly for an elf princess to cope with her frustrations by comfort eating. If you carry on like this, you won't fit into your wedding dress.
I don't have any intentions of marrying anytime soon.
Oh, darling, we've been through that already. Prince Lalilos is going to be arriving next week. You will like him. He's charming and... Look, he sent us a picture of himself and his sister.
Which of the two is the sister?
The elf nobility, unfortunately, has not got any unshaven Neanderthals to offer. You'll just have to get used to that.
I don't have the slightest interest in that person. Not anymore.
You are at the heart of the elf kingdom, in the castle of your family where you belong. No one here should be sad, tired, or fat. I only want what's best for you, Ivo.
Okay, now what? I guess that's that. Hey! Is that an elf lock? Did she just lock me in? Okay, so it looks like we are locked inside our room. We must have been a bad girl. So, let's see what we need to do, shall we? Okay, so it's locked.
Did you see that? She's locked me in. Yes, only what's best for me. She always says that. Why does everyone else know what's best for me and not me?
Good question.
Have you seen this, Prince? A vain river elf who's only interested in topping up his tan. I'm to spend hundreds of years in the company of someone I don't love? Huh, not me. And how? She will try anything and everything. Nothing's more important to her than getting me married off. When I was out there with the humans, it was the first time that I had the feeling I could determine my own destiny. Yes, it was dangerous. Doesn't that go with the territory? A life without risk, that is so... Oh, you don't understand. If I could, I would go right now. You want to stop me? Just like last time.
I'm assuming that she's talking about the Book of Unwritten Tales, the first one.
I didn't want to tell Mother, but I've not been feeling too well lately, Cheap. I'd say the same thing, but we elves hardly ever get ill. Yeah, you've got a point there. I spent almost a year in the human world, and they have some very strange ideas about personal hygiene. Well, I thought perhaps it's a curse. Oh, no, you won't. I'll take care of it myself. Mother would make a state occasion out of it. I don't know either, but I'm sure there's a medical book down in the library. No, rest is not what I need just now. I'll go down to the library and look up what's wrong with me, completely alone, just like a grown-up elf. I'm not going to be stopped, neither by locked doors nor by you.
Okay, so we gotta look at the bed.
I've been sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long. I've never been ill, but something isn't right. I hope I'll find the answer in the library.
So I guess we gotta get to the
When Nate and the others
library.
lived here, Nate often made intimations that were to do with the bed. I don't know why, but I know Mother wasn't happy about it. She moved him to a guarded guest room at the other end of the castle. And Cheap Cheap was ordered never to leave my side.
Oh, that Nate. Okay, so what's in the jewelry box?
My jewellery box serves as a podium for the vertically challenged narcissist.
Okay, what's this like? Music box.
An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head.
Let's try using it. Okay. So that opens up. Does it close on its own? It does. Okay. There's a painting over here. Looks like the critter.
The times when the others were here in the Elf Burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces and trying to make me laugh.
Yep, I knew that was the critter.
Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot.
Okay. What's this?
Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund.
Okay. A mirror?
Cheep Cheep likes to look at his reflection. He strikes a pose and then tries to impress himself with it, and succeeds most of the time.
Yeah. Let's see what's out on the balcony. Oh, it doesn't seem to be a lot out here. Sunflower seeds?
We have many exotic plants here in the palace, but sunflowers are my favourite.
Okay. Well, let's take a handful. Why not?
Apologies, I need a few of your seeds.
Spoken like a true elf. Okay. Oh, what's the telescope show us?
I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like. Now I know, and I think I miss it.
Okay. Well, since this is supposed to be full of seeds and nuts, I put the seeds in there. See what happens.
Cheep Cheep, would it be possible for you to stop admiring yourself for 2 seconds and move over to stuffing your beak instead?
Okay.
Don't say I never look after you.
He comes over here. We could take the mirror. Okay. What about the jewelry box? Anything in it? No. Okay. So, we gotta get out of the room
The
somehow.
guard with a spear and shield, and like all elven figures, immaculate.
Wonder if talk to Cheep.
Hey Cheep.
Yeah, that did too much. Oh, I have got the mirror and will only cough it up if you do me a favor.
Oh, missing your mirror? No, of course not. Whoever would want to spend all day looking at their own reflection? Well, sooner or later you won't be able to stand it anymore. I'm not horrible. I just don't want to be locked in my room like a child. Oh, well, you could be a little more cooperative. See you later.
The game is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, of course I'll be a good girl and stay in my room.
Okay, so since we don't want him reporting to Mother, how about we open this? See if we can't trap him. I'll put the mirror here. Why can't I put the mirror there? Yay, I can. Okay, now open this.
Hey, withdrawal symptoms?
Can we open it with him on it?
Box a minute. You don't need to turn your head away from your beautiful reflection for 1 second. Come on.
There we go. Ah, now if this closes on him. Awesome!
Shh.
Okay, so Cheep's out of the way. So how the hell do we get out of the room?
He's gone to sleep. It got dark and he's simply... No matter. I can now enjoy a few moments of peace.
Okay, enter the balcony. Okay. We apparently did something right, but can we... climb down into the garden? No, I want to climb...
Go.
Okay. Oh, nice legs. Okay, so now we're down in the garden. Where are we supposed to go from
As expected,
here?
no one here. My parents are in the throne room ruling the lands. Or rather, Mother is.
Okay.
I don't know the names of all the plants in the garden. Grandmother knows them all, which is probably down to the fact that it was her that gave many of the plants their names a few thousand years ago. Shite beerwood, sweat tea, dodder flower, fat hen, bistort, stink root. We no longer invite her to family gatherings.
Oh, that's mean.
A lovely spot, so long as the bees who have built their hive directly above the bench don't disturb you. I don't have any time to rest, and that's good. At last I've got something to do again. Mother thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our garden. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be the only queen here.
Oh, Mother has issues. Okay, so we can't be around this area
This is
for
Mother's
long.
mirror. It's said that you can see into the furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing.
Huh. So I guess we gotta find some water to put in there. Okay, let's walk back this way. I mean, there seems to be plenty of water around. Yeah, there's water. Let's see, what's in the bird bath? Anything?
There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass.
Okay.
There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground. Their water's said to have healing powers. No wonder considering where it comes from.
Where does it come from?
Perhaps the water really does have magical medicinal properties. Even so, it can't protect me from what's going to happen.
Okay. I'm not sure where we're supposed to go. What about the waterfall?
The spring brook emerges up there. It's still small here, but it becomes one of the largest and most important rivers in the woodland realm.
Looks like we gotta go in here.
That leads up to the throne room. Mother will be conducting the affairs of state with an iron will, whilst Pa leans against the tree of life, probably sleeping.
Okay, we don't want to go up there then. Let's go this way. Okay. So I'm assuming this is the library then. We have a swords and a bookshelf.
The Biggest Plant Book of Avantasia by Charles Mendel with illustrations by Alexander Bonpland.
Okay, read the plant book.
If I want to know something about plants, I can just ask our gardener. He knows everything about plants. Well, that's what he says anyway.
Okay, guess we don't read the plant book. What about the dice?
There's a selection of cubes here. For a while, it was all the rage at official state visits to give geometric presents.
Okay, what about the swords?
Swords of all the idiots who have tried to conquer the elf burrow. It's become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt their lesson.
Okay, what about this bookshelf?
Goldsmithing, masonry, and a book about carpentry. Like all books in this library, it's a guest present. The logic behind this must be, those elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. They'll be really interested in this. Why don't we present them with a book about it? What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, then we'll already know pretty much all there is to know about the matter, and the book's of no use to us whatsoever.
Gee, she's kind of snooty. Let's look at the stuffed monster then.
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall.
Okay, what about the dragon's head?
A few years ago, this dragon was causing a whole lot of grief. A bounty was put on its head, and all heroes of the land were encouraged to hunt it down. 40 brave warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. They brought the head to the palace where it was displayed in triumph. The strange thing was that a bit later more adventurers came carrying an identical head. Then more and more heroes arrived.
Huh. Interesting. Another bookshelf. Oh well.
What have we got here then? Aha. Ah, Almanac of Elf Medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
Huh?
An ill elf?
Okay. Ill elf? Do I look ill?
Ill elf. So I look ill. What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one. I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
I do?
No, of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
Smart book.
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill. Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
Oh, please.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be lupus. But I think it is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
Huh. Okay. See how certain he
Are you
is.
actually qualified to make a diagnosis? And why can you talk?
I am a magical medicine book. That actually serves as an answer to both of your questions.
I've never encountered a talking book before.
Of course not. I am the only talking book here. That's the problem. In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk. Things really get cooking there, believe me. Here, the books just laze around standing on the shelves, and if you talk to them, they pretend they haven't heard you.
Okay. Well, presumably you were given to us by something or other.
You were probably given to us by someone from Seastone, right?
Right. I was a complete idiot and actually volunteered. As I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone. I thought to myself, hey, this is your chance to get some practical experience. Wrong.
Yeah, we elves don't get ill much.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for books. This is the center of the Elven Kingdom, and just look at how paltry this library is.
We don't have much use for books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the reason why so many elves stand around in white.
What do you mean?
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed and adapted, a little here, a little there. This editorial process is nothing more than refined elvish propaganda, presenting them as intelligent and morally impeccable. And who can prove otherwise? There are no other witnesses and there are no books.
Interesting ideology. Okay, what do I have?
I demand to know this instant what sort of illness I have.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
I can take it.
A placebo only works when one doesn't know that it is a placebo. And some illnesses can be best fought when one doesn't let oneself be intimidated or confused by them. Make the potion and then come back and drink it. Then we'll be sure.
Okay. couldn't be lupus after all, could it? Yeah, an elf suffering from lupus.
And if it's lupus?
Have you been bitten by a wolf of late?
No.
Then it can't be lupus. No, I'm pretty sure it's something else. Now, that potion, drink it, and then I can tell you more.
Okay, what goes into it?
All right, this potion, what goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into a viscous potion.
Oh, that sounds revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste nice.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong with you.
Okay, so where can we find a metis bush?
This metis bush, where can I find one?
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book and have spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolting recipes.
Okay, and a red herring needs to be put into this mess.
A red herring? Are you serious?
Of course, why not? Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature are too numerous to mention.
All right, so I've got a red herring.
Okay, what goes... No, thanks, that's all.
Thank you. I think that's all for now.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultations. You are only a princess, but I am a doctor.
A book as snooty as she is. Okay, so this goes into the bedroom. You sure we want to go back up into the bedroom?
The door can be opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open.
Okay, I guess this isn't where we need to be. We gotta go find some stuff. Should we go out this way now? Oh, wait, this ends... It's dead end. Can we go this way? That goes up to the throne room. Can we go beyond there? No. So, where in the world are we supposed to go? It's a Happy Willow.
That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content it looks anything but sad. The willow is stretching its branches up high into the sky with glee. One part of the waterfall's already lying in its shadow. If it continues to grow like that, it'll shade half the garden.
Is there any red herrings?
There are red herrings swimming in the pond. They are really saltwater fish that live in the sea. But they always come back to their homeland to breed. They're the only known fish variety that can scale nearly vertical cliffs.
Okay, so let's take one.
Red herrings are fast and slippery. Even elves can't catch them with their bare hands.
So how the hell do we get the herring?
Red herrings are fast and slippery. Even elves can't catch them with their bare hands.
Any other bushes we could look at?
A fairly small, unattractive tree.
Huh. I'd like to see how attractive you'd look if someone disturbed you on the pot in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what can I do for you, my little beauty?
That looks great.
The garden always looks fantastic, Arbor.
Thank you. It's a girt load of work. People always think elf gardens are fabulous by their very nature. But you need a mighty good gardener.
You have got green fingers.
Ah, that's just moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
Okay.
Mother put me on a diet this morning so that I'll look perfect for my wedding.
Oh, everything has to be perfect for her. No such thing in nature, of course. Or rather, everything is perfect if you just let nature run its course.
You tell that to Mother.
I have, many times. She be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Now then, she is the queen.
I'm old enough to be able to call a spade a spade. Spade, gardener. Get it?
Oh, that's funny. What about ants? Tell me something about yourself, dude.
Nowhere are the trees so green and healthy as here in the elf world. You tree shepherds do a great job.
Tree shepherds? The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs. Hey, Rex, do you want to be my shepherd dog? Nah, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
Interesting. I need to know where to get that plant from. Why don't you ask him?
What are you up to today then? Got much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elfborough, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
Time passes differently in the Elfborough. Slower.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather in the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
Mother doesn't like bad weather.
There's no such thing as bad weather. Ask your father, he knows.
This is true. Even bad weather is good weather for nature.
You and Father, you get along well, don't you?
Ah, no one understands more about nature than him, that's for sure. But I don't often ask him for help. Thinking has never got a field dug, if you get my drift.
He's just more of a theorist.
Ah, the mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. And he's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing nubbit.
Mother told me he used to go for long journeys through the woods and strange lands, and now he's just thinking them over. He has been for the last few hundred years.
Ah, won't be long before he comes to some conclusion then.
I have to get on.
Yep, got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plant over there.
Okay, what plant? Over where? Follow the dude.
Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she might tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again? My lips are sealed.
What is that plant?
It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden. Normally they blossom in our good earth, not to mention the power of Arbor's green fingers. If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the plant, then it's serious.
Okay.
As long as this plant isn't doing well, Arbor won't rest. Not knowing what's wrong with it will eat away at him.
Okay, what plant is it?
If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with the plant...
Ugh.
Hi, Arbor.
Oh, Ivo!
Have you found out what's wrong with the plant yet?
Nope, I haven't. Everything looks proper. Earth is moist and nutrient-rich. The sun is shining. Difficult case. I'd quite like to smoke my morning pipe now, but first work, then play.
Okay. Oh, yes, ask him about the potion.
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf. Elves don't get ill.
But if I were...
Oh, come on. Now tell me. How can I help you?
Okay. Do we have a metis bush in the garden?
Do we have a metis bush in the garden here?
That bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect, then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue, then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Pardon?
The metis bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defence mechanism.
Ah, And the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of here.
That's right.
Well, damn it.
Do you know how I could get my hands on some honey?
Try the kitchens?
I prefer not to wander through the castle.
Of course. Someone would tell your mother.
Would that beehive in the tree over there be of any help?
Oh, I'd be careful with that. The bees defend their honey and can give you a nasty sting.
Couldn't they be distracted or tricked in some way?
Beekeepers wear protective clothes and use smoke that calms the bees. But I don't have any beekeeper kit here. I just let the bees keep their honey and they pollinate my flowers. That's how we've always done it.
I often see you fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece.
Awesome, so we can get fish.
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod, or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
Why? It's only a rod.
Thanks.
Well, everything needs to be complicated, you know.
Okay, what was with the bush again?
What was that with the metis bush and the green fruit again?
If the bush gets scared, feels threatened or unwell, then its fruit will turn green and sour.
So that means if I scare it a bit...
Plants aren't as skittish as animals. They can't run away, don't do them no good. To unsettle a plant, you'd need to trowel it on quite thick.
Okay.
What was that with the metis bush and the green fruit again?
If the bush gets scared...
So that means...
Plants aren't as...
Okay, there's something else.
There's something else.
About the potion.
About the potion?
Art?
Nope, I guess that's it.
There's something else. See you later, Arbor.
Okay.
See ya!
So we've been playing now for about 45 minutes or so, so I think we're going to stop here. So far, I'm really enjoying the game. Now, point and clicks are a game that I actually used to play quite a lot. In fact, there was a point in time where all I played were point and click games from either like Game House or Big Fish. So that was a good 6 month to a year period. So, you know, point and clicks have a special place in my heart. And I'll tell you, they've come a long way. The art is absolutely amazing in this game. The lip syncing is really dead on. And the story so far is extremely intriguing. Now, I know we haven't seen much. We haven't even got out of the castle area. But to have a point and click that is actually that story rich really impresses me. And for that reason, I think I'm going to take a look at the Book of Unwritten Tales, the first one. I'm definitely going to do a PreLO on it. Might even take and do a Let's Play. We'll have to wait and see. So this is one that I could definitely say keep an eye on. I never fully say that I recommend a game in early access. This one, though, the way it's set up, from what I understand, the only thing that you don't get in early access is the full game, because they're still working on the last chapters. So this might be an okay one to take and do early access, because it's not a matter of being in early access to work out bugs and that type of stuff. But definitely, when this game launches and it's a full release, I would definitely say keep a look on it. I would definitely say keep a look out for it. And, you know, at that point, I'm probably going to do a PreLO on it, if not a full Let's Play. So, we'll see what happens, and I will definitely keep people up to date on this game. In the meantime, this has been Sir Jaxxy, and I'm fading out.